Now, this is weird. So, the state proctor of the Yemeni country, he has like a tool, a weapon that he uses to strip converters of their convention and then use it as a weapon himself. And he sends a version of the Mali that's his convention to go fight them to keep them off balance. And again, this convention style of the Malites was music, and so he uses his music weapon to attack and harm the Meli, the main character, Mercy, and Morning Sun, and all of their men. And Mercy's like, yeah, no, anyone that's gonna fight my brother, it's gonna be me, and I'm gonna fight my brother. So he's attacking the Malites convention style, which is spiritual music, with his own spiritual music, and he's able to defeat it. Two brothers were the founders of the main character's country, and they were known for stripping, stealing, and taking land for themselves. Anyone that fought and went against them were stripped of their rights, their convention taken, and turned to slaves. And once they had all the land they wanted and were able to become rulers, they started distrusting, disliking, and scheming against each other, planning each other's downfall because only one could be ruler. The youngest brother is able to defeat his older brother and turned his older brother into a slave. And any of his brother's, heirs, children, bloodline would also be turned into slaves. And guess who one of these slaves were? The founder of the Yemeni country. Yeah, he sooner or later discovers his true bloodline and was furious when he found out he was stripped the rights of being known as an imperial child. Yeah, he was furious. So he formed his own country and then wanted the main character's country on top of it because he has rights to it with the fact that he has little to almost no imperial blood in him. But he comes from imperial blood. The Melite has basically soul bonded himself, blood tied himself to the demonic beast. It will help him defeat the demonic beast. It's the same method the wise gentleman used to defeat the beast, but it will cost him his life. He informs Morning Sun where he can find the eldest brother, founder of their country's weapon, and use that same weapon to defeat the demonic beast. And he and another group of men will use their spiritual powers to keep that beast down. They're able to defeat the beast, but like I said, it costs the Melite his life and he plummets into the water, dying. And no one knows this because they're all super excited that they defeated the beast until the main character screams bloody murder and they all realize the Melite died. He died with the beast and they're all horrified. And I was horrified. I was like, he deserves better. He deserves joy. Why kill him? Why, Meat Bun? Why? Why do you love killing my Melites? Why do you do it? You did it to me in Husky and his White Cat Fusion, where the Melite sacrificed his life after having a horrible life, and now you do it again. Why? Why do you like torturing me? State Proctor tells them all that he didn't want the same mistake to happen again with the beast, so if the beast had fallen to the same mistake as it did with his teacher, he would add a little clause to it, and he added the little clause. This clause was a lake would ensure or usurp or drown their country. Like, if his beast couldn't defeat their country and got defeated instead, this lake would basically either drown them all or absorb them all. It was either one of the two. I was a little confused about this. This one, he also reveals to everyone that he is the founder of the enemy country, and I was right. I stated long before, either he was the founder of the enemy country or he was the wise gentleman. I said it was either one of the two, and I was right. I was skilling, I was kicking my feet, I was just showing it to my dog, being like, see, I was right, I was right. I was so happy with myself, because I was starting to doubt myself as more as I read it. But I kept saying, it has to be one of the two. It has to be one of the two. Like, they wouldn't keep bringing the two up and involve the state proctor for nothing. And I was right. I was right. Also, does this founder of the Yemeni country kind of look like the Melite from the Thousand Autumns? Like, when I saw this photo of him, I went, doesn't he look like the Melite from A Thousand Autumns? Like, they both look exactly the same. You could tell me I'm wrong, but they do. They really, really do. I'm going to try my best to explain this, but I was completely, utterly confused. So To Brush Away once more appears, and he wants to talk to the main character. So he talks with the main character all by themselves, and he informs the main character some important information. One, the wise gentleman is the man the Bat Queen had fallen in love with, and the island that they met with each other and she fell in love with him on, the island was what made her believe the wise gentleman was immortal. It wasn't all his glam and powers. No, it was the island's powers, because the island is protecting, and the wise gentleman and his clan protects an island item on the island, which is a secret tree thingy, a piece of a secret tree. And their job is to keep it sealed, or, sooner or later unsealed. I was a little confused on how that works. But yes, he also reveals that he has some of the wise gentleman's memories, but he isn't the wise gentleman, and that he's like a cousin of, or puppet of, like he's the cousin of the white gentleman, or he's a puppet to be a replacement for the white gentleman, created by the founder of the Emony country, the state proctor of the Emony country, to be a replacement for it. And he does not know why he was made for that, but he was. And that he lost all of his memories, did not remember anything, and he only has the name he has because Soft Jade, the woman the state proctor had killed a bunch of people, made into sacrifices in the face of, and then, that dude had went around killing a bunch of people because the one he loved was killed because of her. She looked like her. Yes, that whole crazy stuff. Yes, she was protecting him. I guess, in my own theory, the reason why the state proctor was so furious with her is because she escaped off and took off with his replacement puppet. And she had took off with him to protect him and keep him safe. That's why she holds only disgust and fear for him. Because again, the main character gets pointed by the male lead. It's strange her behavior is. It's also strange when she informed, the dude, the Claricom, whatever his name was, I completely forgot what it was. She informed him and he just dissipated, to stop fighting, just disappeared. Is because what she told him was the truth and what he was told by the dude was false. Yes, it's confusing, but I was like, I was right again, because I was like, there's no way Soft Jade and the state proctor of the Emony country had the relationship like he stated he had. Something was going on between him and her actionality, and the Melody points it out now, and I was like, I was right, and again, when we get this information from To Brush Away, and again, I was like, I was right. Soft Jade did something that very much pissed off the state proctor of the Emony country for a good reasons. Girl was doing the righteous thing.